Everyone knows the problems. Our kids are growing up surrounded by images of gangsters and thugs. Instead of dreaming of college and a good job, kids have to worry about just making it through another day. They look around and they don't see answers and they don't see hope. I'm VJ Smith, the president and founder of the Minneapolis chapter of MAD DADS, which stands for Men Against Destruction, Defending Against Drugs and Social Disorder. You've probably seen us on the streets. People tell me, I see MAD DADS everywhere. And that's our mission. We're in every tough neighborhood, helping people get the social services they need, like counseling and job training. We're in the schools and detention centers to be role models for those that want to and need to stay on the right track. Our message to the drug addicts and the gang members and to the youth everywhere is that you don't need drugs or gangs. What you need is knowledge and experience. We're showing them how to hope for tomorrow and build a future for tomorrow.
MAD DADS is an organization that is about compassion, it's about responsibility, but it's also about saying that in times of greatest need, we are a community that puts a hand out to help everybody. I can't tell you how many times I have been at a very difficult situation in the city of Minneapolis. When people have all different levels of grief and anger, the glue that holds them together is VJ and the people from MAD DADS who are there to say, no matter what has happened, we are in this together. I have an enormous respect for MAD DADS, not only as an organization, but the individuals who are part of it.
They're sustained, they're reliable, they stick to it, and they've been doing it for years. And I've seen them break up fights. I've seen them direct people toward treatment opportunities. I've seen them help people who are on the street and homeless find clothing, wherewithal, and direct them to housing resources. I've also seen them to encourage young people to go a better path, to steer away from violence and really engage in more positive ways to resolve a dispute or a conflict.
Whether it's riding on the buses or standing on a corner in hot spots or doing a vigil after where there's been a homicide or something on the street, they bring peace to that situation.
MAD DADS creates a lot of different events, festivals, vigils, block parties, outreach events to connect people with social services.
What MAD DADS does better than anyone else, I think, is mix healing the community with celebrating and enjoying the community. They organize great events like the annual Southside Community Festival, which takes place in my district, as well as Senior Pride Day. MAD DADS also does a great job of bringing in partners that help the people they're there to serve. Whether they be medical services, counseling, social services, they bring those providers in, and they do it in a way that they're bringing people together and having a lot of fun.
There are many groups that want to help people overcome addiction, gangs, and crime. What makes MAD DADS different is that our members have been there. We know what it takes to overcome drugs and gangs because we've overcome them ourselves in our own lives.
I was in every juvenile institution in the state of Minnesota. I've been shot, stabbed, I've got congestive heart failure.
So I know I am a miracle standing in front of you. So I know God has something for me to do.
You will reap what you sow.
We have people from a lot of different backgrounds that work with MAD DADS, and some of them come from that tough background. And they can relate to these kids and say, I've been where you're at, I understand what you're going through. If you want to talk about it, I'm here. If you want to work, try to get through this, I'll help you. And I think that's what we need more of in the city of Minneapolis.
See, I was abandoned at the age of 9 years old. So I know what it's like to have trials and tribulations through your life. But you know, I'm thankful for the trials I've been through because that's what helps me reach kids who are going through those same trials. With support from donors, we're able to hold events like the Youth Leadership Conference, where we brought together dozens of kids from the toughest neighborhoods for 2 whole days. We taught them business and personal skills to give them that confidence that they can stay out of trouble and reach their dreams.
When history is said and done, the #1 danger to African American men will be black gangs.
Family members, all my friends, usually most people that I go to school with are in gangs.
Either give the gang up or give me up. Your choice.
I am a leader. I am pain. I am hurt. I am a force to be reckoned with. I am a single idea in a sea full of thoughts. I am an image of what I fight. I am the idea of a king. I am a leader. I am the undiscovered gift of heaven.
I was shot 18 times, stabbed 7, 5 major coma, OD 6 times, and I was a wreck, and I didn't care.
When you're young like that and you raise, and you misinformed by misinformed people, them the kind of choices you make.
And one thing I didn't have, I didn't love me, so I couldn't love no one else.
In and out the penitentiary, just struggling.
My brother was my idol. My brother was my backbone. And he got killed because hanging with the wrong people.
VJ, when he's doing outreach to the community, he will walk up to a person and he can feel their pain and he can see what they're going through, and he can also relate to it. And he has a way of making the most hostile person feel more at ease and at peace, to where he can reach them and talk to them and say, hey, what do you need help with? Let me help.
And it's one time I seen VJ Smith, and he pulled up to me and he said something that was just so profound that stuck with me to this day. He just said, hey, big man, hey, I love you. Whenever you're ready to get your life together, give me a call and I'll be there. And I was like, wow. Now I had to come up with a lie. Oh man, I got drugs on me. He's talking about give them here. That didn't compute. You know what I mean? I said, I got a gun. He said, give it here. And at that point in time, I surrendered. I think the first time I ever cried for a while. And I cried, and since then I've been with MAD DADS. And just coming up under his leadership, he showed me what a real man is.
I was a gang member. I was a drug user. MAD DADS changed the way that I thought, because I thought that the world owed me something. And if MAD DADS taught me it was me who owed the world something. And they have taught me how to give back to this community.
MAD DADS helped me past my addiction by being a mentor to me, being there for me through the tough times, just being a phone call away, saying I love you when there was no man role model for me at the time.
They go out into the community in areas where most people are afraid to go.
But during my course with MAD DADS, I didn't see people turn their lives around, from people that was hooked on heroin, crack cocaine, people that was hardcore gang members that turned their life around, prostitutes that turned their life around, that then went back to school and got their GEDs, people that went to treatment centers that now are working at treatment centers, it's given the help that what help was given to them. And it's amazing that when you have someone that's locked into that lifestyle, to see a little bit of light, that they'll shine like the sun.
When I talk with the kids, I try to get them a better outlook at life.
Northside Minneapolis have a bad reputation, and what I wanted to show the youth there is there's a better lifestyle, there's better people to hang around with, there's better solutions to problems.
No matter how much trouble you get in, no matter what damage you've done, it's never too late to turn around and do the right thing.
We can identify those kids and show them the same type of characteristics, the same type of behavior and mannerisms that I exhibited when I was their age. So I'm able to relate to them. I can identify with them the different problems and the challenges they're facing at that age in their lives.
If you really want a role model, look at VJ Smith. That's a role model for you.
He's actually one of the lucky ones. He survived a tough neighborhood, pulled his life together, and we helped him do that. But not everyone got that chance.
MAD DADS and VJ were very instrumental in organizing a healing summit for families of victims who came to really deal with the trauma of losing their loved ones through murder and violence.
In 1991, my 23-year-old son was shot down in the streets like a dog.
My 15-year-old son was shot and killed.
The pain will scar me forever.
The more I tell my story, the stronger I get.
It's amazing what takes place in you while you're sharing your stories with others.
Healing takes intentionality. Find your courage in your voice and living every day to start anew. Because every single breath is a new chance to start over.
Because of VJ's leadership, they have certainly led everyone to believe that this is the greatest organization that we've seen in a long time here in Minneapolis.
We're proud of the work we accomplish at MAD DADS. Every time we help a drug addict get counseling, every time we lead a kid away from gangs, and every time we turn neighborhoods into a community, we know we're truly making a difference. I hope that you've been inspired to see the passion that we have. to change a community and to make a difference in the children's lives in our community and also with the families. You may not be able to go to the homicide site. You may not be able to go into the schools, or you may not be able to go into the streets like my brothers and sisters. Is that right?
That's right.
That's right.
But we can, and we can do that with the support that you give us. We can do that with the help that you provide us. We can do so much more to make a difference in this community with just a little bit of support from you. Thank you.